I think that's one of the strongest performances he's put in. He was bombing forward all game long, taking players on. Really good performance.
Haji Wright, the other player to come in. Aydin and Kukçu, the two players making way for Turkiye. As Kaan Ayhan comes in. Also, Barış Alper Yılmaz. Barış Alper Yılmaz, a double winner with Galatasaray this season. Had 12 goals in 32 league games. He's won the league 3 times with Galatasaray. Played every minute of Turkey's games at the Euros last year and comes on here in the 66th. Eye towards the far side it goes. And Della Torre chasing to try and get there. Demiral plays forward. Güler back towards Çelik. Down the right goes Barış Alper Yılmaz. Rolled in towards Aktürkoğlu, and that's the challenge coming in from Richards. Kenan Yıldız, the Juve man down the left touchline, gets it back from El Malik. No way through as Yıldız had made the run forward. Ayhan the substitute. Yıldız plays it backwards. Now Söyüncü. Turkiye with a sustained period of pressure here. As Güler has it down the left side. He didn't know much about the goal, but he scored in the 24th minute to make it 1-1. After being struck by a Johnny Cardoso pass. And then just 2 minutes and 20 seconds later, Aktürkoğlu had scored to make it 2-1. All this after McGlynn's first-minute goal had given the United States the lead. Freeman's throw. Mackenzie away. Richards down the right. Freeman in a tight situation, can't keep the ball, but he might get a second chance. It's gone out of play for a US throw on the near side. US with 60% of the possession. It outshot Turkiye 7-0 in this second half.
We talked about the gift that Pochettino probably didn't want, right? Is starting the game well and then having some adversity. Where are the characters? Where's the response? And I think he's seen it. Yeah, definitely from the 3 guys he brought off the field. I saw a consistent performance from them. Saw them try to be leaders too. I talked about McGlynn after that second goal, went in screaming for the ball to be handed out. You know, Diego Luna sliding, making challenges, not always having to do the pretty things, but doing whatever he could to impact the game. He's seen a response from a handful of players saying that they want to make his life difficult in terms of picking the roster for next year.
Freeze on his debut away to Richards. Lovely ball through to find Adams. Sullivan down the right side. Quinn Sullivan just off the bench. Swings the cross into the middle towards right at the back post. And now they'll get it back on that far side with Haji Wright. Along the byline it goes. Pulled all the way back towards Quinn Sullivan, who takes a strike. He gets the applause from Mauricio Pochettino at the end of a good move. Started with the tenacity of Haji Wright on the far side.
Really well done from Wright. I mean, he chased that the whole time and then just lovely little hesitation, gets to the ball before it goes over the end line. A wonderful first touch, just can't connect with it after he does the hard part. right, hungry, coming on and making a difference right away.
Adjaman.
All right, goalkeeper's limping after he took that. You can't see him on your camera, but he's barely standing on one of his feet.
Adjaman on right, tried to link up, but held off there by Çelik for a goal kick. And Berke Özür, the Upspor keeper, on his debut.
Right when Özür hit it,
down.
He immediately started limping.
11 clean sheets in 34 league games this season in Turkey, in the top flight. His side finishing 6th, just outside the European places. Brought forward by Soyuncu. US still very much in this one. Freeman brings it forward. De La Torre will bring it down. Under control against Goulet. Turns it back to Harriel. Nathan Harriel across the back towards McKenzie.
Yeah, the U.S. pressure has been really good. In the rare moments where Turkey want to build the ball out of the back, a lot of times it's the U.S. recovering and putting pressure from their front men to force those turnovers.
Demiral and Adjaman shoulder to shoulder. Demiral clears to halfway. Richards underneath it. This is Quinn Sullivan. 1 years old. It's his first senior call-up. Played alongside McGlynn and Luna before at the Under-20 World Cup. Brian White is getting set to come in.
What a touch.
De La Torre. Dispossessed there in the midfield by Yüksek. And the ball put out of play because Aaron O'Malley is down. Just got caught on that last challenge. Well, nothing in that whatsoever.
Oh, boy. I think
there must have been something else.
Yeah, he reached back and grabbed his calf, and I saw his teammate trying to stretch it. That might have just been, I think it's done for me.
When Brian White comes in, it will be Patrick Adjaman that will leave the game. Adjaman with 3 goals this year for the US. Unable to add to that today. And it will be an opportunity for Brian White of Vancouver Whitecaps, 29-year-old from Flemington, New Jersey, to come in for cap number 5. Played 12 minutes off the bench against Canada after not playing in the semi-final of the Nations League against Panama. Scored against Costa Rica, his first international goal in January in the 3-0 win in Orlando. Let's take you back to the first minute of the game when the United States started so well and scored through Jack McGlynn. This is the AT&T net cam. What a view.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Just such a lovely left foot. I mean, he knows that you're allowed to shoot from inside the box, right?
On comes Brian White, who certainly scores many goals from inside the box. Played 90 minutes a week ago as Vancouver Whitecaps fell last Sunday 5-0 against Cruz Azul in the Champions Cup. Triple change coming up very shortly for Turkiye. Not sure that they're ready just yet. Play will continue. Turkiye upset. Montella not happy because they wanted to make the change. kicked out so that they can now make the change, although I think the referee is unhappy at how this has all played out.
Well, I think there's so many subs coming. The poor guy with the sign can't go fast enough.
Neither can the commentator.
We're running out of ink.
Leaving the game will be Soyuncu. Yusuf Acicek will come on. 19-year-old defender from Fenerbahce for just his second appearance. Aaron O'Malley is leading the game. And Kenan Yildiz also out, so changes down the left side with O'Malley and Yildiz both coming out of the game. So inside the final 15 minutes here in Hartford. Mustafa Eskihelak coming in, 28-year-old from Trabzonspor. It's his debut. The end of a season when his side finished 3 points off the European places. Played forward here, down the middle. The chase is on for the US. Quinn Sullivan in support of Luca Della Torre. Eskihelak looking to clear, and he's won the free kick. We just talked about McGlynn's goals from outside the box, and I mentioned that someone who's used to scoring goals inside the box just came on in Brian White. Just been handed the official stat. 72 of Brian White's 74 MLS goals are from inside the penalty area.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's only one category that matters. How total.
It doesn't matter where it's from.
Yeah, Fox in the box. There's plenty of those that have had incredible careers.
Putting the pressure on. That looked like a free kick there. The foul coming from Acicek, the substitute, and the yellow card shown within 2 minutes of him coming in.
Yeah, Tillman, you can see just gets clipped a little bit as he's trying to run into the space there. I mean, he's had a really strong game, especially without the ball. So much work rate. He's done an excellent job in being the one to force turnovers and quickly getting into great spots in transition. He really has covered a lot of ground today.
Acicek, who just got the yellow card, has been heavily linked with Manchester United. Played in by Freeman. Out it goes for a US throw on the far side. Acicek making his debut as a substitute in the second game of the March window. The teenager with 2 goals in 21 appearances in all competitions last season for Jose Mourinho's team, Fenerbahce. Is there a way back here in the closing stages? Certainly, the fight cannot be questioned today.
No, not at all. A really good response.
Turkiye in front since the 27th minute. Played forward here for Baruch Alpay Yilmaz, but he couldn't bring it under control. Freeman has it down the right side here. The youngster from Orlando pushing it forward for Quinn Sullivan. Richards across the back towards Mark McKenzie. McKenzie coming on as a half-time substitute, replacing Miles Robinson. This is Haji Wright, the Coventry man down the far side. Lost in the playoffs this year in the Championship against Sunderland, who eventually got promoted at Wembley. but it was an incredible finish to their playoff semi-final series. When Coventry and Haji Wright lost right at the end of the second leg in stoppage time at the end of extra time in Sunderland. Goulet. Demiral steps forward. Is that a free kick? Yes, it is. Tillman doesn't like that call from referee Fernando Moron of Panama.
And that's really well done from Tillman, because they were in trouble there. Gave the ball away a little too easily in the middle, and Freeman has been sitting out after having a very attacking posture at the beginning of the game. Has been sitting a little bit more connected to that back line. Just ventured forward and lost the ball, so Tillman had to make a foul there.
If the US can't find the goal, it would be the second time in a year that they have lost 3 games in a row. The last time was June to September last year, beaten by Panama and Uruguay at the Copa America, then Canada in the first game of that September window under Mikey Barras. This is Adams. McKenzie down the left side. Haji Wright bursting forward. He thinks he's won the corner, and the referee eventually gives it. Hands on heads from some of the Turkiye defenders. Ismail Yusek certainly didn't think it was a corner, but Tillman has the opportunity to play this one in. Third corner of the afternoon for the United States. In towards the front post, Adams couldn't get the head on, comes back out towards De La Torre. Here's Tillman. Turned over here. Back to Kolu, pushing it forward over halfway. And the race is on. Arda Güler waiting for support. Baruch Alpay Yilmaz is through on goal, and the substitute fires wide.
Really poor giveaway here. And it was a few times that they just overpassed, didn't put each other in a good position to hit a ball in first time. Wonderful composure from Pierre, and that's a wonderful touch. And just right there, he wants his second touch to try to set up his left foot. He just connects poorly with it and lets the US off.
Back to Kolu, the Benfica man, who right now is the match winner, is going to be leaving the game very shortly, as we are 8 minutes away from stoppage time. That was Turkey's first shot of the second half. Little flick there from White. De La Torre couldn't pick it up. Now it'll come back here on halfway for Ariel to play it out to the far side for Haji Wright. He's up against Celik, the right back. Haji Wright cuts inside for Tillman. Played in towards De La Torre. Freeman. When Sullivan couldn't bring it under control, it's out for a US throw though, right by the corner flag. Can Uzun coming in to replace Kerem Aktürkoğlu for the final change. Aktürkoğlu scoring in the 27th minute. What right now is the winning goal. As Turkey look for a 6th win in 9 games since the Euros. Tillman has the chance to launch this throw into the box. Richards was forward. McKenzie was in there as well. Neither of them could really get a touch on. Ariel has it here as that one is played backwards. Nathan Harriel scoring a goal in a 2-1 win at Toronto back on May the 28th. This ball played forward. Brian White battling for it as it's cleared away by Eskihela. Strong challenge there from Harriel. A yellow card is coming.
Well, he had already committed, and he had to just drag that leg because that was going to spin in behind him. And even though he gets the ball, just has to go all the way through the player to do so.
masters of their own downfall in the first half, leading 1-0, gifting a goal to Goulet. Then conceding the second shortly after. 5 minutes left to play. An attendance of over 34,000 here in East Hartford, Connecticut. Mexico next in North Carolina for Turkiye on Tuesday. Switzerland coming up from Mauricio Pochettino's side. Richards got a block to it. Away by Freeman. This is Quinn Sullivan.
Richards has had a really strong game. Yeah, he's not going to obviously show up in some of the areas that you'll see in the highlights or maybe in the score line, but he has been really strong.
Push forward towards Barış Alper Yilmaz inside the box. Goulet was there for support, but Yilmaz plays it along the edge of the area. Cleared towards White. Eski Helak backwards. Eski Helak once again. Here's Yusuf Achicek, the substitute. Uzer, who conceded within the first minute of his debut. Turkiye have hardly threatened Matt Freeze's goal in the second half. The US dominant, but unable to find the game-tying goal. Push forward there towards Can Uzun. Ariel going across to defend on the far side. Lovely skill there as the ball is played back across the 6-yard box by Koveci. Comes across towards Eski Helak. Goulet picks it up on the left touchline. Inside for Yüksek. Demiral. Çelik. Large contingent of Turkiye fans on their feet inside this stadium here in East Hartford. Goulet right in front of the technical area. Back for Eski Helak. Tyler Adams couldn't win the ball back. Goulet pushing it forward. Eski Helak down the left side. The way opens up a little bit here as Turkiye look to try and win it. It took a deflection as Eski Helak was looking for the far corner. Now brought down here by Quinn Sullivan down the right side. He wants the throw. He gets the throw.
There's Richards again. Yeah, you could go back and cut a highlight reel of the moments he's been left 1v1 and come up with the right play. Great block there.
Two minutes to go before stoppage time, of which we're hearing right now there will be 4 minutes added on. Richards. Would be a third straight defeat for Mauricio Pochettino's side. Hadji right here up against Çelik, the Roma man on the far side. Harriel. McKenzie looking long, trying to pick out Quinn Sullivan. One former Philadelphia man to a current one. Quinn Sullivan driving here towards the byline, drills it in. Straight to Özür, who will just lay on the ball and try and waste as many seconds as he can.
It looked like there was a few times that he could have played this ball in right here. And he thinks that the run's coming near post. White had checked into that far area. And really easy there. A missed opportunity, and it was Tillman coming late that almost made it to that front post.
I guess the best chance of the second half, maybe that Tillman header.
That should have been in.
An opportunity for Arfston as well. But Tillman's header straight at the keeper.
Definitely have created enough chances to get back into this game, that's for sure.
Brian White. McKenzie. Across the back towards Richards, who maybe in the starting 11 is the only player you would say Well, if you ask the question who'll be in the starting lineup for the first game of the World Cup next year, well, yes, Chris Richards,
absolutely.
maybe a couple of others might have a shout depending how the next 12 months goes, but really...
He's consistent, and he just keeps getting marginally better. Playing a lot with his club, you know, just really becoming a dependable, solid leader on the field.
Tyler Adams, of course, coming on at half-time, but didn't start the game. Quinn Sullivan cutting inside. What a good run it is from Quinn Sullivan here. Across to the left, Tillman lets it run through for Haji Wright. Haji Wright up against Chelik, goes down! No penalty given. To be fair, there wasn't much of a shout. This is Quinn Sullivan down the left side. Into the 4 minutes of time being added on. Sullivan against Chelik. Now it's Haji Wright. And Turkiye able to get this one away down the right side. Kaveci's ball long downfield. Yilmaz is onto it.
God, I got a chance off there.
They'll take their time. We waited for Zike Celik on his 54th cap to come and take this one. Wasting a few more seconds. Down the line it goes towards Yilmaz. Yilmaz picks up the pieces here. Tyler Adams trying to win it back. Eski Helac down the left side. It's Güler. Arda Güler with a crossfield ball. That'll be cut out by Harriel. Can Haji Wright get there? Yes, he can. A lot of work to do, though, for Haji Wright. Back for Demiral. Acicek. Eski Helac down the left. Check back towards Özür, under pressure here from Brian White. Özür gets it away.
Yeah, Pochettino's furious. He wanted that ball cut off to come back this way.
Güler in midfield, floating it out to the left side. Eski Halac brings it forward. In towards Yilmaz, just outside the box. Makes his way in. Did Richards get a touch? No, it's a goal kick. So 90 seconds left to go.
Again, Richards, right place, reads it. Today.
It's the last chance here for the United States in East Hartford. 60 seconds of stoppage time to go. The debutant Freeman, who will go 90 on his first appearance with the throw, gets the ball in then towards Mackenzie and wide to the left for Haji Wright. Tillman's in the middle, White there as well. Haji Wright up against Celik down the left side. Harriel. Right, the US need to get the ball into the box, running out of time here. Turkiye with everybody back, apart from Yilmaz. It's Adams. Tillman. One last chance. Quinn Sullivan whips the cross into the middle. It's put behind. Oh. It's a corner off Acicek, who almost found the top corner of his own net. And they've taken it quickly here. Freeman, across for Adams. Quinn Sullivan towards the byline. Adams needs to get this into the box. The cross in. Flicked on towards the back post and drops down here towards Richards. Richards couldn't get the shot away. De La Torre picks it up, but nowhere for him to go. And that might be it. Indeed, the whistle goes in East Hartford, and it is a 2-1 win for Turkiye. Goals from Güler and Akatolu inside 2 minutes and 20 seconds, midway through the first half, after Jack McGlynn had scored 59 seconds in to give the US the lead.
Well, the margins were just so small this game. If you take the balance of the whole game, it's one of the better performances under the Pochettino era. Obviously, it's an L, and they'll be disappointed about that, but you could